So you can teleport. Congratulations. Welcome to the club. You are a superhero. But superheroes are boring. They just go and save a few lives. You can do so much better than that. Here is how to take over the world. Let's get the problems out of the way first. Hopefully your teleportation is relative to Earth, because Earth is moving at about 30 clicks a second around the Sun, and about 10 times that relative to the cosmic microwave background, which is the closest thing we've got to a reference frame. If you're not relative to Earth, then you haven't so much learned to teleport as you have learned to disappear into deep space, never to be seen again. I'm over here. There we go. Your second problem: different parts of the Earth's surface move at different speeds. I know that sounds counterintuitive, but it's kind of like a record. The bits at the poles barely move at all in one day, but the bits at the equator have so much further to travel, which means that if you teleport from, say, one city block to another, then you're going to be fine, but New York to DC, you will hit the wall at 20 miles an hour. Poles to equator, you will be a red smear on the wall at 1,000 miles an hour. I mean, it doesn't take much energy to compensate for that, about 7,000 joules, which you can get from a sip of cola, but be aware of it. Also, try not to appear upside down when you're going to Australia. Stephen Gould's Jumper series does a good job of working with the physics of that and seeing what it'd be like for someone who can control momentum. But comic book superheroes, they don't worry about that at all. They can teleport all the way into space, despite the fact the energy required to get that far out of a gravity well is more calories than you could take in a week. And they can jump straight back down, despite the fact that the waste heat they should generate should cook them from the inside. They don't worry about that. They are violating the laws of thermodynamics. And if you can do that, then you can take over the world. If you're evil, never mind bank robberies or kidnapping the president, just get something big and heavy, teleport somewhere high, give yourself a few 100 miles an hour downwards, and then let it go and teleport away. They'll be fine. You've just created an artificial asteroid strike. Oh, heck, use something really big and dense. You've basically got the equivalent of a tactical nuclear bomb, only without all that nasty radiation fallout. Heck, you could threaten to port to the asteroid belt. You've got power over momentum, and push a rock towards Earth. That should net you a few $1 billion. Or if you're good, that's a much better idea. Find something big, heavy, and magnetic. Something like this, but bigger. Get up high and drop it through a massive coil of wire. You're generating free electricity. Or better yet, if you're one of those people who can create portals in mid-air, like that, much better thing you can do. Get you something big and heavy and magnetic, create an infinite loop. There we go. Put a coil around that, infinite free energy generation. That ought to save a few million lives. Or better yet, jump to orbit. Make the cost of putting something in space nothing more than your time. Or jump to Mars with some colonists and some equipment. You could kickstart the colonization of the solar system. Or you could do what every other superhero does and fight crime in one city, in one country, on one planet. Superheroes have no imagination.